Coach Matt Lindland, you got two guys pulled into repechage. What thoughts on today?
Thoughts on today? Well, it's an incredible tournament watching these guys compete. Guys are going super hard. You can tell. I mean, these guys really want to win. And obviously, they're putting the work in and the time in to get prepared, so they have that ability to fight like that.
Of those pulled in, Nolan Baker is one of them. He came out pretty fiery there in his first match. What did you like there? What did you see that you liked?
He came out aggressive. You know, he came out. He tried to score points, and he put points on the board. Got countered a couple times, gave up some points, but he came back, scored some more, and but ultimately, you know, he got teched out. But he was going after it. He was trying to improve his position all the time and score. I just don't think he has enough time in the you know, Wrestling Greco. Part-time doing it, you know, but he's going to be a real talent when he's able to commit full-time to Greco-Roman.
Matt, some crazy stuff happened in Hancock's match. What was your take on those situations?
Oh, man, I think it was poorly officiated. I think there was a 2 takedown that was converted to 4 we didn't get. I think we changed direction on both those arm throws. One should have been 2-2, the other one should have been 2-1. And they were both 4 to his opponent. Those were some bad calls. We wasted the challenge early. From what I understand, I was watching on the screen in the back. Coach JJ was out there, but Hancock asked for the challenge early on that step out. We lost it, so we didn't have a chance to even challenge those calls later in the match. It's hard to be the athlete and the official at the same time. I mean, you got to focus on doing your job and you know, letting the coach do his job. And I think we wasted that challenge. Nobody's fault, but we didn't have that opportunity to get those calls looked at and corrected. But yeah, I think it was some poor officiating. But we still have to. I mean, you're going to get that, and you got to overcome that stuff. But yeah, certainly poorly officiated. But we didn't have an opportunity to use the challenge.
Coach, what are your thoughts on someone like Carter Nielsen, who's also pulled back in for tomorrow? What does he have to do?
He's got to be a little more aggressive tomorrow. He's got to go out there and force the positions, get to his ties, and the guys that are winning out here are taking risks. They're taking big risks. They're not afraid to make attempts and go early, and you know, in the early parts of the match, you know, take risks early because you got time to fix things. If you're waiting and your opponent goes and he scores first, it's hard to come back when you're down. The guys aren't coming at you. You know, when they're down, they got to come to you, and that opens up more of your offense. So he's got to go out there. He's got to be very aggressive early, and he's got to score some points.
Matt, you guys went through a rough tournament last year in Poland. You had some pointed things to say afterward, and it's been rough to this point. Obviously not done, but are feelings different this time around?
You know, I can see progress. I can see. I mean, we've got so many talented guys in our program. It's, you know, I asked everybody to be here at the finals and the semis tonight to watch these matches and see the way that the guys that are in the semis, see the way the guys that are in the finals are competing. And you got to look at that, and then you got to assess what that's going to take. What kind of sacrifices, what kind of discipline you have to have, what kind of training you got to put in to be able to fight like that. If you don't put the work in, you don't put the training in, you can't fight like the best guys are fighting. But if you see how they're fighting, and then you realize what it's going to take to do that work, and hopefully, you know, guys are going to make, you know, even more adjustments. And I think we're turning a corner, for sure. I think we're getting better. I think some of the discipline things that we had issues with last year are getting better, getting a lot better. Guys are a little more focused. But, I mean, look at the countries that are out there. These are all Eastern Bloc countries. I mean, we're soft. You know, we're soft as Americans. We like our iPhones, and we like our Xboxes and our comforts. And, you know, I mean, guys are walking around with $300 beats on, and, you know, before their matches. And they want it nice. They want it comfortable. That isn't the way it is in these parts of the world where the guys are winning. You know, they come from rough conditions. You know, I mean, these are all, you know, former Soviet republics out there. You watch those matches, and I mean, the guys that are doing it they're not from the Western world. You know, these are Eastern European guys and Asian guys that are, you know, they live in a little harsher conditions. They don't have things as comfortable and as nice. they have to struggle a little more. And I mean, you got to be able to sacrifice and put yourself in those kind of environments. And you know, I mean, you look out there at the end of every match; these guys are both laying on the floor. They can't get up because they gave everything they had out there on the mat. But you got to be willing to do that every day in practice, every day in training. You got to be willing to give everything you have. If you got something left, you're not going hard enough. But yeah, to answer your question, I think things are really turning around. We're getting better. Guys understand what it takes. Now it's a matter of doing it and doing it consistently, doing it day in, day out, every day.